So the two male figures you've known in your life have essentially gone down the same path. I know you didn't see it as a child, but I'm sure you've had time to reflect on it in your life, whether in prison or post prison. Did you ever see how that was possibly like foreshadowing that same outcome for you as well?
Not then, but now. Like that's my work that I do. That's why we try to disrupt that. No, 100%, right? Like I think, yeah, there's a correlation between, what I experienced as a kid and, me and 17. Think about it. So statistically, it was proven that was destined for me, right? 10 years old, father gets sent to the feds. 13, 14, step pops get sent to the feds, right? Even between 10 and 13, I started jumping into the streets. I'm no longer playing at the park no more. I'm outside trapping. 13 to 17, now I'm really involved. I'm like doing things. I'm running around with the bros. So it's like I just started to elevate in that world. So yeah, 100%, man. It's sad to say, but that's the reality for a lot of us that come from these places.
You know, it's interesting because when we witness things as kids, right? It's like you could either go one or two ways. Like it's like a magnet for you to be attracted to it, or you go the opposite way entirely because it scares
That's
you or
true.
something, you know?
That's true. Or you smart enough then to say that's not it.
Right. Or what do
Well,
you think it was that pulled you towards it so much?
so I mean, I got family that was like kind of in the streets, right? So like even my little cousin was outside early on, right? His older brother we looked up to, he was known as a fighter, and I'm saying he was violent. So that is ever present, right? So like I couldn't escape that. So it's different than like me being a kid with no family in the streets and I see the streets and then I'm allured by that and then I got the choice to come back to the safe haven. Nah, like in my world, me and my mom are, clashing because she's by herself struggling. I'm trying to figure my life out. I go to my other family crib, my older cousins. He trapping, he getting into fights, he knocking dudes out, right? They in another hood. I'm seeing things, right? So it's kind of like it's ever present. Then I go outside and it's going on. Like this is what's happening.
It's
So
everywhere you look.
it's
It's in the
everywhere you look,
music. It's on the
right?
TV. It's in when you talk to your family. It's when you go outside. So it's like that conditioning, that programming.
A hundred
It
percent.
makes it so much more likely for you to even go down that way, right? And then
Exactly.
like even like when you talk to certain people, they're like, you don't want to. When you're young, it's like you're so impressionable. You don't want to be known as the one that's the good kid. That's like, oh, he ain't really about that.
Exactly.
He's
That's
not
part of the
that type. He's
influences.
not from that cloth.
Yep.
It's
Yep.
crazy, bro. Like,
All that. You start to internalize all that. You know what I mean? And I think, I believe in energies, right? So like you have the positive energy in you and you got some negative energy in you, right? Because you attract energy. And I think I don't know how to, whether it's a spiritual, whether it's naturally, you are pulled to one energy more than the other. You know what I'm saying? But when you in the hood and you in the trenches and you ain't got no positive energy around you, you're gonna attract the only other energy, which is negative, right?
mhm.
So this is why it goes to my work. What we do is we try to bring positive influences to offset the negative influences. Like it's literally about a battle between two forces, right? So having only one force ever present, it was kind of like bound for me to become that.
Yeah. And then when you start to look at it, like even on the deeper level of the things that are accessible in the hood, even like as far as like healthy foods, different stuff, like you're not feeling good. So how can you, be at your best? You know what I'm saying? The stuff that you're consuming in every possible way
For
is
sure.
is terrible.
For sure.